It'll be played next Monday. And that's all from Newsroom South East. Now the weather with Bernard Davey.
Hello, the weather over the British Isles and for much of Europe this coming weekend looks as though it's going to be fairly dry and settled, though in the northern half there'll be a good deal of cloud. The best of any brightness and sunshine will be through the Mediterranean. Over Central Europe and over many of the skiing resorts, fairly mixed conditions, and if you're interested in skiing, then do join me on BBC2 later tonight around 10 past midnight. The reason for all the settled weather is this large area of high pressure sitting over Britain. It'll be very slow moving and it'll be much in evidence right throughout the weekend. Over the next 24 hours, it does slide a little bit further southwards and tends to head off into the Netherlands, but this will be rather slow, and by Saturday we'll probably find that area of high pressure still hanging on in eastern parts of Britain, probably sitting over the Straits of Dover. Now, there are quite a lot of variations over the British Isles. In the southern half, it's fairly cold and dry air, quite cloudy, so here it should stay fog-free. But as we come further north, the air is much moister and the chance of fog much greater. Now, there are some good breaks in the southwest, but more especially up here in northeastern England and some central parts of Scotland. That's where the thickest fog will be, some of it quite dense. And incidentally, it was the fog that was responsible for the Nottingham Forest Crystal Palace match being called off tonight. Now tonight, if you keep the cloud, the temperatures should stay a few degrees above freezing. If you lose it, then there's likely to be a frost. The lowest temperature anywhere likely to be around about -5. There's tomorrow's weather chart, the high pressure still dominating the scene, but not everywhere having fine, settled, sunny weather. A good deal of cloud once again, and in one or two places in northern parts of England and central Scotland, the mist and fog be rather slow to clear. Temperatures will vary an awful lot. If you keep the mist and fog pretty close to freezing, the best temperatures in the north and west around about 6 or 7. The high pressure still holds firm for Saturday and for much of the weekend, and here the weather will change very little. The main problems once again will be of fog and frost. The temperatures are fairly variable, probably best around about 7 or 6 in northern parts of Scotland, most places generally cold. That's it from me.
It's new, the boys from the bush.
It's me, Uncle Reg. Leslie. Oh, right. Look, I'm not Reg. I'm Dennis Tontine. Reg is tied up at the moment, and he asked me to meet you.
So how's business? Well, it'd be better if you want me for a job.
I've got to meet this Filipino girl. She's come here to marry this... Look, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I like to use you to buy things for me. What sort of thing?
You stand there, hold that card. If a Filipino girl comes through, you grab her, right? You grab her and hold her there and don't move away. He hasn't paid me yet to realise that.
Leslie, I hope your relatives aren't into exploitation.
You sure he's the right man?
Perfect. Is what he always was. And up himself, Paul.
The boys from the bush, tomorrow at the new time of 10 o'clock on 1.
And we've comedy in a moment here on BBC1 with the first in the series, Open All Hours. 10:15 is question time, and then at 11:15 we had hoped to bring you coverage of the FA Cup replay between Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace, but this, as you've heard, has been postponed because of adverse weather. And so, at that time, we've the European Figure Skating Championships in Bulgaria. There's news from the Gulf at 11:55 and 12:50, in between which, at 12:05, that American detective Spencer is for hire. But now on BBC1, a bulk purchase of tinned food seems somewhat counterproductive as we pull up the shutters for Open All Hours. And Arkwright will be back in business when we're Open All Hours next Thursday evening.
The new look to Friday on 1, and Wogan meets Ruby One.